going on, guys? So tomorrow I'm planning on wrapping this whole front end, and in order to do that I have to prep this whole front end because, like I told you guys in the last video, we have some peeling wrap or some peeling paint there. This hood has some bad clear coat, I'm pretty sure, so I want to sand all that. And then we have our bad fender over here, which peeled on me the other day when I went to wrap it, and the clear coat came off, so I had to sand that and wrap that, of course. So basically I'm just gonna be doing all the prep by sanding the whole car, the whole front end basically. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to have anything that can come up while I apply my wrap. It's basically just time consuming. You gotta sand it all, and it's kind of boring, but I'll make this video me wrapping it and some of the sanding because I gotta do it. As much as I don't want to sand, I gotta do it if I want the quality I want. But I already started sanding some of it. We're gonna pull the front bumper off, have that off completely. This fender is pretty much done. I got it all the way down to the paint up here. Actually, it's not done. I gotta do the bottom. So sanding's pretty boring. You get the gist of it. I've been sanding this whole time. It's about 3:30 in the morning. So I need to stop now so I can go to bed, so I actually have energy tomorrow. And then the front bumper as well, it's done. It just needs to be wet sanded tomorrow after I wash it, and then I will be good. And this car will hopefully be getting front end that's at least wrapped, so at least the front looks good. So for now I'm going to bed because I need some sleep, and I'll finish this off tomorrow morning. All right, so now I'm wet sanding some of the paint. Gonna do 800 grit, then 1000 grit. Should be good enough for just wrapping purposes. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been sanding, but yeah. So I got the front bumper over there. I'm already wet sanding that too, and I'm doing the wet sand just so it's smooth and it protects me from possibly ripping up. Because if it's gritty, for one, it won't stick if it's too gritty, and secondly, I'm afraid that it will peel up the whatever clear coat was left. But thankfully, I've got most of the clear coat off all of this, so it should be no clear coat that should come up with it. I guess the paint could, but if that happened, well, we're out of luck. All right, so I don't have any time to wrap tomorrow morning. I actually have to go to the store because it is almost Christmas, and I have little to no gifts, so I need to go to the store and buy gifts. But besides that, I just thought I'd throw my front end together just to get it on there, and then I'll come home tomorrow and finish wrapping it. But for the most part, what I did was there's actually a spray paint you can buy that is almost the exact same color as the wrap. So I figured, you know how when you wrap a car, you have ugly panels that don't really match. Like, for example, this fender here is wrapped really nice, but you still have the white original paint from the fender. And I thought, how do I get rid of that without throwing wrap on there? Because even though I can wrap it, that it's like all like grainy and it won't stick very well. And I just thought, it's not gonna look very good. So I actually just painted this upper piece on this front bumper. So when we run the wrap all the way up, I'll probably run it all the way up to probably this body line here. And then same thing here, this body line here and here. Because when you close the hood, you barely can see this area with the wrap there and the hood closed. But I figured, why not try painting it? I'm not gonna really mess anything up. I mean, it regardless would be a whole nother color, and it actually came out pretty good from what I can tell. If you like look at it from this angle, if I kind of try to hide the bumper, you almost look like it's wrapped anyways. So that's actually kind of a bad idea. You wouldn't do this on a customer's car, of course, if you're wrapping cars, or a car that had nice paint, you wouldn't spray paint the bumper. But since my car is such a project car and everything's so mismatched, I'm just gonna do that fender as well and that fender as well. And I actually even did the bolts here. I did all three of these bolts here just to see how it would look. And I think I'm gonna do it. Gonna take that one off, paint that edge, and then paint this edge, so that when I wrap it, it looks more OEM, even though, like I said, we still have our white pillars over here, but that's fine. I think it'll just add to that bit of custom. I don't even know. It might be stupid. It might not be worth doing, but for me, it's actually kind of cool if I can make it look more like a paint job than a wrap job, even though I like wrap more than paint because it's less work, essentially. Not on this car, but in general it is. So I'll probably do this side either tonight or tomorrow, but for the main part, I'm gonna put it back together and drive it tomorrow and start wrapping it tomorrow night. And then the next clip you'll see is me starting to wrap it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so now we have our fully ready to wrap car here, hopefully. I'm gonna start with the hood because it seems to be the easiest piece. I understand that this front bumper could be a little difficult, so I'm gonna do that after, and then I'll do the hood first because, like I said, it's easiest and it's the biggest piece. So I think once I do the biggest piece, I'll be a little bit less stressed about accidentally pulling up some paint or something like that. But as you can see here, it's ugly, but it's gonna look good in a matter of a few hours. So probably going to prop the hood up a little bit and put something in the hood so it kind of comes up a little bit, so I can tuck these edges, and then I'll work my way through it. But regardless, I got some wrap here. I think this is like 30 feet, and then for now I'm just gonna do the front end like I said, and we'll have to figure out the rest later. But I'm pretty stoked because it should look pretty good, and let's see what happens. All right, so just like that, we are done. My camera died, so I wasn't able to record, but basically you got something, throw it on. I trimmed the edges, and now we are good to go. So now we can pull off the protective film, which thankfully this wrap has. I don't know if all 3M wrap has it. I bought in some in the past where it doesn't have any protective film, and then I bought in some that does, so it's so there she is, fully wrapped hood. It looks pretty good. Looks high gloss in the video, but it's pretty glossy, as you could say. It came out a lot better than I thought it would. Well, not thought better than I thought it would, but it came out pretty good. I was so nervous that the paint was gonna come up, but we had no issues. The only issue we did have was here. I don't know if I tore it or it got torn. If it's even focused, but I might be able to heat that up, put it a little closer so you can't really tell. Regardless, I think I'll get rock chips, but for the most part, I gotta go to the store again, so I have to leave this somewhat undone. And when I get back, I'll do the fender and the front bumper. But that is starting to look like what I expected, or what I envisioned. So in a matter of seconds, I'll go to the store and then we'll continue wrapping. I'm gonna take that space heater, put it on this fender for a little bit, and then go ahead and do this fender. All right, so I went ahead and removed the headlights off. Figured to make it easier. And then now we could tuck all these edges perfectly. Wheel well is gone, and then I'll leave the door on, or the fender on the door, and I'll just tuck it myself back there. All right, there she is, boys. Fender is nice and wrapped. I tried to do as best of a job I could. Got some nice clean edges, clean edge on the door. I put that little piece down there, ignore that. I just had an extra piece to put there. All looking pretty clean. I didn't mention this, but I cleaned up this reflector, so that's looking mint. So now we have a perfectly good fender, and it looks pretty good. Now, like I did earlier, I painted that edge, and I like the fact that I did it because you tell me, is this fender wrapped or painted? You know what I mean? Like that looks like just like regular paint without clear, and I cleared the rest. And even though I don't want it to look like paint, it's just one of those little subtle things where it's like, okay, is this paint or wrap? I don't know. I might be tripping, but next is the front bumper. That's gonna take some more time. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but I could do it. So I'm gonna start wrapping this front bumper. The first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and pick the car up. I'm gonna put it on jack stands just so it's higher, so it's easier to access, and I have a feeling it'll make it wrapping it a lot easier, and I don't have to worry about possibly having some of that wrap touch the ground. So I want to go to jack it up, put the jack stands under it, and then start take off the grills, take off all the caps, loosen a lot of these pieces. I might even pop both headlights out just to make it easier. And then after that, I'll go ahead and start wrapping it and hope for the best. All right, just like that, it's up in the air pretty high. High enough for me at least, so now I can really wrap it really well, I guess you could say. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned all the edges, removed the headlights for easier access to the wrap. I just don't want it sticking anywhere where I don't want it to stick and causing me any trouble or damage. So I got the grills out, I got all the fog light or the tow covers off, the washer covers off. And I have a game plan as to how I'm gonna do this bottom cowl. So for now, I just need to apply the wrap. I even have this bolted on, the slightest bit over here, just so it has rigidity, so I can apply it and pull on it without it coming off. And yeah, I have a big old 9 by 2.5 sheet, and then I'll lay it on there. All right, so here's the progress so far. I'm actually very, very pleased with my wrap job on this front bumper. It looks amazing. Like I said, the only thing we're gonna overlay is the inner little lip areas, which is fine. Nothing wrong with a little overlaying, especially on a wrap job. A complicated bumper like this, you know, which isn't too complicated, but it does have its complications. I did go ahead and tuck the bottom a little bit. Let's see if you see that. And then I'm trimming it so it won't be, my car is pretty low, and I'm probably gonna put a lip on the front, so it doesn't even matter, but I still wanna make it look nice. And then the other issue we had was, yeah, clear coat here is coming up a little dot here, but I'm not too worried about it. It looks pretty dang good still. And yeah, I mean, it's going good. I just have to tuck all the sides, everything, and then I'll go ahead and work on those center grills. But I'm really taking my time. This is probably the best wrap job I've done so far. It looks really good from my personal opinion. Like some of the edges there, like this crease here. I don't know if you can see that, but that is perfectly flush and creased there. I've had some people cut it straight to there, and then you still can see some of the color. And then of course our color match up here. So I think that looks really good because it makes you wonder. Like I said, I'm not making it wrap or paint. I'm just saying where it goes from wrap to an orange color. Not the same. You can see the slight differences there, but it's still so close. Actually, you almost can't because I thought the body line was here, but it's actually up here. But yeah, it looks good. So I'm just gonna keep doing it, just trying to grind this out, slap everything together, and then we'll see what it looks like with the orange front end. I think it's gonna look good. All of that, we are officially done. Those excess wrap, it's all done. The only thing I didn't do was the tow hook cover because I don't have an actual tow hook cover. I was using the Stocks bumper one, and that one does not fit very well. It does fit enough to where it kind of looks like it fits, but it has a little bit of gaps. And since it wasn't wrapped, I didn't care. But since this isn't wrapped, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And you can kind of see that, you can see it, but I might heat it up and it might come out. But regardless, that is it. I'm so glad it's done. Now I can go ahead and slap the front head grills on, the headlights on, and we'll see our first look. All right, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. It's all bolted up. I'm gonna stick my gloss black grills in here, and we'll see how she looks. That looks pretty good if you ask me. That's just about what I imagined to an orange car. That is pretty sweet. And I'm actually gonna go pick up a new headlight lens for this car too. I found a guy who's selling one in my area as well, which is kind of strange how both sides I need I'm gonna get for cheap. But this side, he's asking 60 for a broken headlight with a good lens, a brand new OEM lens. And I'm just gonna take the lens, put it on this one, use this more used lens, put it on the good headlight, sell the headlight, and then I basically get a free lens. So it's gonna work out in the end. So that looks pretty dang good. I am not gonna lie, I'm stoked. Dang, that looks good. All right, so here she is in all her glory. That front end is officially wrapped. I got that ugly headlight over there, but regardless, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't think it would be this popping, I guess you could say, but that orange front end just looks insane, and I don't know what it is about it, but it almost looks like it's weird because the orange is so vibrant. I didn't know it was gonna be this vibrant, but it looks so vibrant that it almost makes it look like not an exotic, but it looks exotic, you know what I mean, as far as the color. But of course the rest of it's still ugly. I got enough to do the rear bumper. I'm gonna do the other quarter panel, and then I still have to find somebody to either repair this or repair it myself. I think it's time though. I'm tired of looking at it, plus it kind of takes away from the car because it could be kind of beat up, but with that big of a dent you kind of think, what kind of car is this? You know, it doesn't really look like a project, it looks more like a piece of junk. But regardless, I'll go ahead and do the rear bumper, get that wrapped up, and then I think that'll really make the rear end look really sweet. Do this quarter panel because this quarter panel was fine. I just have to repair, I think there's a little dent here and then another little dent here, and that's it. That'll be ready to wrap. And then after that, yeah, that'll basically be it. I mean, I'm pretty stoked on how it came out. It looks pretty sick in the daytime. Even at night it looks pretty sick. And I think I just need to put in my wheel wells on this side, get a new center grill for the bottom, and then work on the rest of it. I'm never gonna run out of mods to do to this thing, unfortunately, but we're slowly getting there. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys think it looks good. I think it looks amazing, and I think if you stop and don't look at that end, you kind of get the picture of what I'm thinking of. A fully orange car, gloss black windows, or tinted windows, black wheels, simple and clean, full M Sport, nothing crazy, you know, no 1M bumper or anything like that. Just a full, nice, clean M Sport, 6-speed manual, white interior, just an all-around nice car for what it is, because it still is, at the end of the day, our $1,500 piece of junk, but it looks clean enough. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.